50 people. Stone Cold Killer mode has been deactivated. From this point on, only puppy-loving pacifist will be available. Thank you.
But why? Why is it blocked?
Opening frequently asked questions. Item: why can't I kill more than 50 people? Answer: the fuck is wrong with you? Please go see a therapist, you psycho. Note to self: rewrite later. Do not forget.
Hello there, internet stranger. My name is Nicholas Lee, and today I'm here to tell you everything that I love about Cyberpunk 2077 in very broad detail, because I could really talk about this game for at least a couple hours, but I'm just one person by myself. I got nobody to talk to. I just gotta talk to internet strangers. I gotta talk to my camera until we build up an audience and I can sell out. Help me sell out. Click the subscribe button before you even hear a piece of my content. All right, so let's get into it. Cyberpunk 2077, here I go. First of all, we have to give 50 points to CD Projekt Red for building Night City. From the art design, from the conceptual art to the 3D modeling that they put to building the entire city, to putting the culture, the people, the fixers, the gangs, the corporate cities, how everything just interconnects and meshes with one another. I love it. I award you 50 points for it, CD Projekt Red. You built one hell of a great city. I would love to travel there and love to be there. 20 points for Jackie Wells. He is the best bro in the world, right up there with Garrus Vakarian in the video game bros. Drink with him, hang out with him. He has your back, you have his back. You just have an unmatchable bond. Whether you are male V or female V, he treats you the same. Negative 10 points for the Jackie Wells montage sequence, which I thought CD Projekt Red could have just made that the tutorial. Plus 25 points for Pan Am. Listen, romanceable options, Pan Am was clearly the best option. Didn't like River, didn't like Judy. Plus 10 for the other romances. Not my preferences, didn't really like them. I just felt like Pan Am had more character than Judy, River, Meredith, obviously Meredith, but I just feel like Pan Am was a clear-cut winner by design. Plus 20 points for the connected storylines here. And so here's what I mean. So you start off as stopping somebody from dying. The Tiger Claws, this is early in the game. Early in the game when you're just regulated to the Watson section. So it's early in the game. There's some Tiger Claws. They want to kill some people. It's not really a quest line. It's not even a minor quest. It's just a random street event. I think it's a mugging, or it's the NCPD telling you specifically, hey, go stop this person over here. Anyway, you go stop the Tiger Claws from killing somebody. Then you read the shard. Apparently, this is a confidential informant who is working with Anna Hamill. If you don't know who that is, she is the character that we are supposed to persuade to leave Night City in the questline Woman of La Mancha. So we have the CI working with Anna. The CI was going to die because the Tiger Claws found out that this CI was working for the cops. That's a big no-no. You have to die. We step in, save her. Doesn't start the questline yet. It's just this little simple bit of a reading material that connects the two. Anna is in the Kabuki market because she's looking for Dr. Fingers. This is according to her emails on her laptop. The NCPD wants her to stop her investigation, cut this nonsense out. Steps in Regina Jones. Regina Jones steps in, hires V to get rid of Anna, very peacefully. Anna's looking for Dr. Fingers. Dr. Fingers is a creepy old guy that we see meet eventually in the main quest line, and she's the one who gives Evelyn away to the XBD makers, in which Judy and I go meet Dr. Fingers, beat the crap out of him, get the information we need, go rescue Evelyn, and then Evelyn carries us into the other part of the story, and then it branches off into the side story, and it's that interconnectivity that you can easily miss. But if you're going around doing all the missions, you see a string of sub-quests, side quests, minor quests turn into these gigs, turn into the main quest line that I really love. Very well written, and the way everything works together. It's not everything is an isolated event. Sometimes they are, but not everything is. Okay. So you're driving around Night City, you gotta listen to music, plus 10 for the radio stations. I'm gonna take minus 20 points away because there are no podcasting stations. Listen, here in 2021, podcasting are super popular. In 2077, I expect them to be more, especially when you are in Night City. There should at least be one Arasaka propaganda podcast and one Militech propaganda podcast. As much as I love Night City, love the people, and I just said that I really like it, there are smaller little things that I feel could have been done to make it even that much more alive. such as the NC residents. Okay, so you take a gun, you point it at somebody, and they go, ah, they scream. You take a gun out, you shoot it in the air, everybody runs. You take a gun out, you shoot it at the ground, you shoot it at the building, everybody runs away. If you are in a back alley and you are in a firefight, when that firefight is done, you come out back into the general population, and everybody is just hunched over like this. It makes no sense. It's hilarious because then you can shoot your gun and they're on the ground and they won't move. They'll just continue to be like little turtles, just like this. I really wish the CD Projekt Red programmed that better, but it's fine. There are no traffic in the streets, which is very crazy. At least you could have done something like in Grand Theft Auto where in the morning and in the evenings there's less traffic, but right there in real rush hour times, the traffic gets heavier. But I just felt like, 1.2 and 1.3, I picked up the game in 1.2 and finished both of my playthroughs just before the 1.3 patch launched, but it seemed in 1.2 traffic was very light. The population was not as dense until V arrived at where he needed to be. 50 points for the following quests, all of them combined. Sinnerman, very, very epic quest. The Beast in Me, the fighting Bozo. I know, I want to say Bozo because that's how it looked like on the text screen, but I missed it. There was a silent beat. Anyway, regardless, fighting in a fist fight with the clown with the grenade on the nose. Love that fight. Love especially how it ended. Minus 10 points for the fixers, because fixers, like in Regina Jones's case, I feel like there were some quest lines that Regina was giving me that, hey, you're in this side of town, by the way, I have a job for you. That would have been fine. But Regina seems particularly interested in saving people who suffer from cyberpsychosis, a disease inside the game. I feel like at least maybe 3 times she should have called me up and said, hey, meet me in my offices in the building in this district. Come up here, we need to have a face-to-face. Hey, this is what cyberpsychosis is. This is how I want to deal with it. So I'm going to send you on a hunt. I need you to find these people who are suffering from cyberpsychosis. I need you to deal with them in a non-lethal way, and so they can get the help, the mental help that they need, and we can figure out a cure for cyberpsychosis. But the way the fixers work is you just randomly drive around. Nothing is personal. The fixer, they have a physical location on the map, but when you go up to them, the conversation just, it's, hey, do you know Johnny? Or it's like 2 personal questions, and one of them being, hey, do you have any work for me? And they tell, yeah, I'll have work for you. Just relax, chill out. I'll get back to you later. Feel like giving missions from fixers could have been done better. I feel like Padre would have had some personal issues that, hey, V, I need you to come to personally to see me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to give you an assignment over the the telephone. I don't want to give you an assignment over the telephone. Let's do it in person, because you never know who is watching Militech, Arasaka, or the NCPD. Plus 20 points for the cyberware. I really like what they were doing. I really like the monowire over the mantis blades and the gorilla arms. Gorilla arms were fun. It was fun knocking people out and just them going 50 feet away. The thermal hands that you get hitting someone and them going on fire. That was fun. But the monowire is absolutely my favorite. It's just, you're just whipping them. You're just swoosh it. Anyway, I love it. So plus 20 for the cyberware, plus 20 for the ability to respec. If at any moment you feel like, hey, I kind of messed up on my V, I need to respec them, as long as you got the cash, just like everything else in Night City, as long as you got the cash, you can do whatever you want. Plus 20 when you are given the main quest or a side quest or any quest in between. You have multiple ways to enter the building. You have multiple ways to infiltrate, and inside the quest line, you have multiple options on how you want to see a quest finish. But minus 30 because it is the limited RPG options. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter whether you're playing male V, female V. Doesn't matter whether you're playing Street Kid, Nomad, or Corpo V. The Vs can't poop, and it makes me really sad. The Vs cannot poop. I don't like it. That brings me to another point, minus 20 points for the limited RPG aspects. I like sitting down, and anytime you're talking to someone, if there is the option to have a drink, you can drink in between your questioning, or you can drink in between the dialogue choices. When they get up and leave, you can sit there and continue to drink. I don't like the ability that you just can't poop. You can roleplay your V any way you want to, even down to what clothes they wear. The role-playing part, it's just not I just wish you could do more. Now, I'm not trying to say talk to everybody, but at least have the major characters, the minor characters, the sub-minor characters, and just have more dialogue options. What if I want to go talk to a bartender and just figure out, hey, how's your night, and just have a drink? I don't like the menu navigating. If the bartender or the coffee shop owner offers you a drink, it should be effortlessly and seamless. It should almost be like when you play Borderlands and you pull up your weapon, then there's a panel. I feel like that's how it should roll in 2077, where you could just, hey, I want a coffee, and then a hologram comes up and it says, well, which coffee do you want? And then you just select the coffee that you want, and the bartender will give it to you, or the barista will give it to you. But I shouldn't have to, hey, let me get a coffee, then put it in my inventory, go to my inventory, and then go into the actual inventory, go over to the food slots, and then, select the drink that I wanted. That's menu management, and I don't like it. I feel like it should be more seamless. It would add more to the RPG aspect, the role-playing part, and it would also make the game more alive. But speaking of alive, let me add another 20 points into this score sheet here, because I really like how the cutscenes are done, right? It's not just some CGI cutscenes, and maybe you have one or two options. You can fully function, walk around. It's just all right there, one continuous flow. Love it. It's beautiful. Good job. So that's a 20. What did I say? Plus 10, plus 20. Who cares? Plus 50 points for all three of the endings. Okay, so I'm on my third playthrough at the time of this video. I have done my Corpo V. I have done my Street Kid V. I made Corpo V have the Nomad ending. I had made Street Kid V have the Corpo ending. For me, it felt very Shakespearean, very tragic, but I loved and I was satisfied how Street Kid V's story ended. He sold his soul out to Arasaka. He's in prison. It sucks. I felt bad getting that ending. And I love how Corpo V had her ending. She is free. Johnny is with Alt Cunningham off into digital heaven. And Corpo V has said, this is my body. I'm taking it. I'm going to see this to the end. And the Nomads are helping her. They're taking her somewhere to where maybe they can do something that Arasaka can't. And then that's what I also love about the game is I have 3 different Vs going on. The 2 Vs that I did start off with, I did some quest over here and did some quest over there. Totally different experience, totally different outcomes. And it was basically kind of how I wanted it. The Nomad V is definitely, I don't know. I assume that the Street Kid ending is giving your body to Johnny, but we will see when we get there. So 50 points for all 3 endings and having the 2 multiple choices inside of those endings itself. Sometimes the Corpo ending, it seemed like either way you were stuck. It seemed very terrible. I guess going back to Earth and just having 6 months to live was the better ending, but it was like, man, you have a turd and a polished turd you have to choose from in that ending. At least with the Nomad ending, there was some sort of semblance of hope. You can give Johnny back, put him back in the real world, the body will accept him, and then you can go off to digital heaven, or you can switch it and put Johnny back with Alt Cunningham, and then you just, the ending that I took. Another 50 points for the end of the game. I had at least 100 hours in this game. 100 hours. Probably at least 25 of them were just driving around Night City. Like I said, I love Night City. I love being here. I love walking around here. I love driving and listening to Royal Blue Station. I love that jazz, especially in the nighttime. In the daytime, it doesn't matter what I listen to, but as soon as that nighttime comes, put on the jazz music and just drive and coast. That was Cyberpunk 2077 and everything that I love about it. Tell me what you like, tell me what you hated, tell me about all those goofy glitches that happened. My favorite glitch, and it was just recently fixed in 1.3, was on the console version. Jackie would go straight to the elevators. We're talking about as soon as we rescued Sandra Dorset, and then he says, hey V, I have a date with Misty, can I borrow your car, blah 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 blah, and V says sure. The elevator doors would not open. Jackie would just go through the doors, but when it was V's turn to go, they would be like, no, collision, sorry V, you're not cool enough, you're not on that Jackie Wells level where he can go through doors, you can't, we have to wait till the doors open. They fixed that in 1.3, very sadly, because that was my favorite glitch out of the entire game. Oh well, it's fine. Anyway, goodbye, internet stranger. Thank you so much for listening to me rant. I'm sorry for this video being so long. Next video will definitely be shorter. But what can I say? When you love a game, you just want to sit there and talk about it. See you guys later. Bye.
I've got a feeling someone's messing with you, V. You'll follow this breadcrumb trail, and when you connect the dots, all you'll see is a dick.
I'm sure you would love that, wouldn't you?
Fucking A, I would. That cock would be the first thing Swedenborg did that actually made any sense. Except he'd probably give it some pretentious name. Like, patriarchal phallus upholding toxic masculinity. What do you think?